Hello and welcome to my YouTube family. It's really great to connect with you all again. And to anyone new to my channel, my name is Lakna. Welcome. I really wish that the insights I have to share can really uplift you all and assist you all in this very interesting time that we are in. As we move into the eclipses, it is a very powerful time, a very transformative time. It can also be very confusing and chaotic, so I really hope that my insights can help you navigate in this time. So the lunar eclipse is happening on March 25th. In Vedic astrology, this lunar eclipse is happening in Virgo in the nakshatra called Hasta. So this is what I want to talk about today in this video. And first of all, the lunar eclipse is the full moon, and this lunar eclipse is connected to the south node, or Ketu, and Ketu is really connected to our past and these traits that we carry within us that are really solidified within us, that we carry through lifetime after lifetime. And Ketu is really spiritual. This node of the moon is really connected with spiritual liberation and really transcending the limitations of this material world. And in order to really be liberated, we need to release the baggage and the karmic ties and knots and all of the limiting beliefs and outdated ways of thinking about life, all of these things that are burdening us. And the lunar eclipse is really this time for us to clear away as much as we can, to clear and release and purge. And the lunar eclipse, as it is connected to Ketu, it is so much more powerful than a typical full moon. A full moon generally is the time when we have this powerful strength of the moon to purge out old energies and whatever isn't serving our highest good. But with K2 attached, this is like a billion times more powerful, because K2 is our past, and events to do with our past can resurface in this time. Fated events can happen that are really kind of aligned with people from past lifetimes or events that have taken place in the past. Cycles can resurface in a new way for us to really process in the level of evolution that we're at now, so that we can deal with some things from our past, maybe from our childhood. This is a powerful time to heal wounds from our past, from our childhood, like our inner child, really things that are deeply ingrained in us. It's a powerful time to heal ancestral wounds and to really connect with our family and our roots, and to really understand the traumas that we're carrying and the baggage we're holding on to really go deep at this time. And as you go deep, it's like the deeper that you go into uncovering the things that are coming up for you, the more things can get clouded. It's like going deep into this muddy sort of, imagine you are like a beetle going deep into the mud, and everything is so dark and clouded and confusing in that time, because there is all this stuff going on around you, because you are bringing it all to the surface. You're taking off the band-aids of these wounds that you have suppressed for so long. And the more that you uncover, the more that you can feel as though you are just living in the past. You're going back so many steps. You can feel like you're not moving forward with your life. I just want you to know that if you are feeling any of those things, it's so normal. It's so you're not alone. I have been experiencing so much of this myself in the past few weeks, and I just felt the need to share with you all that you're not alone and you're not moving back in a negative sense. We have to move back at times in our journey. We have to move 2 steps back so that we can really integrate and process things, and then we can move forward so many more steps ahead at such an accelerated level once we have gone back to really integrate and ground. I believe that leading up to the eclipse, a few weeks prior and a few weeks following, there is this massive doorway that is open to us, to the divine, like a portal. And we will have the solar eclipse happening early April, that is connected to Rahu in Pisces. And so I believe this doorway or this portal will be open until mid-April. So this is a very powerful time where we have the opportunity to really connect with our higher selves and the divine, to our dreams, to the astral, to other worldly insights and energies if we are open to that. The veil is very thin right now, so it is a very powerfully transformative time. Destined and fated events can take place that are really aligned with our healing and with our transcendence, and with really aligning with our most highest potential timelines and the pathways that is most aligned with our soul. So really listen to the insights that are coming through. Be open. This lunar eclipse is happening in Virgo. Virgo, this sign really wants us to cleanse and detox and organize our life and really purify our life. This is the theme that continues to come back to me, is to purify your mind, your body, and your soul. And there are so many practices we can do to purify ourselves, especially at the time of a lunar eclipse. It is always recommended to purify yourself in every way that you can. Purify your physical vessel by fasting if you feel called to. The less that you eat, the less that your physical vessel is needing to focus on digesting things externally, and you can just digest and release the old things, the old blocks and limitations that need to be digested and purged out of you. We don't want to be adding anything new in this time. I'm not a doctor, however, and I know that fasting is not an ideal thing for all of you to do in this time. If you have any sort of physical conditions right now that you can't fast, that's so okay. Like, do whatever you can to purify yourself and to be healthier in this time. Maybe it's drinking more water, maybe it's eating less heavier foods, like more living, like fruits and vegetables in this time, maybe more soups and like easy to digest things. It is a known sort of fact that at the time of the eclipse, especially the lunar eclipse, it is harder for us to digest things. So the more easily digestible the foods are, the better in this time. I recently did a 4-day fast, and the clarity that came to my vision, I didn't realize that my vision was clouded, but after the fast my vision became clearer and my mind became clearer, and I keep getting the intuitive insights to just be cleaner with my physical vessel and to really be mindful of what I consume. And this is a big theme I feel for this lunar eclipse, is to be mindful of the things that you are consuming. What you consume literally does create and morph the consciousness of your being. So it's not just food, it's like you consume the energies that you allow into your being, the music that you listen to, the movies and the TV shows that you watch, the people that you're around. These are all energetic transferences. And the time of this lunar eclipse, with Ketu also being in Virgo, this is the time for us to connect more with nature, to have that energetic transference with Mother Nature, and to really connect with those really healing elements that we have. There is so many things that we are all holding on to that are not our own. And we know this because there's so many barriers that humans have to truly living their ultimate ideal potential. There's so many things holding us back, and these are not aligned with our higher self or our truth. And we pick up on these things from the external environment, and as I deepen my journey into understanding myself, I am becoming more and more sensitive to the things I'm consuming, and I am really picking up on things and seeing how we all do this, and we are all very sensitive beings, and we all do pick up on certain frequencies and energies of other people and of the foods we consume and the things that we watch. But some of us are just more open to seeing that. And now when I eat something, I literally feel all the energies inside of me straight away. There's so many foods that I can no longer consume because I feel the pain of it, I feel the suffering, I feel so many things that have led into the production of that thing. And I am looking back on my past relationships, and I'm seeing how much the energy of being, especially in a relationship with someone, their consciousness, especially for a woman, a consciousness of a man can really infiltrate your being. And it's really important to stay really strong and grounded in who you are, and to really know who you are, especially if you're in a relationship. And it's nothing to be afraid of. I'm not trying to say it's bad to be in a relationship. It's so loving and healing and beautiful. But just in my own journey of healing and releasing and reflecting, I'm seeing how much I've taken on from other people, and how much we all do that. And we all there's that saying that you become the 5 closest people that you're surrounded by. And we don't mean to do this, but humans, we want to belong, we want to fit in, we want to connect, and we subconsciously do pick up on all of these things that we're surrounded by. And in order to be more stronger in who you are as a person, and to really know yourself, to really make sure each action that you're taking is not being in any way manipulated or swayed by your external world, it's important to really have a clear vessel, a purified vessel. And I believe that this lunar eclipse is really giving us a powerful time for us to do that, to really purify ourselves and connect with ourselves on the deepest level. And so to clear your physical vessel, I mentioned fasting can really help, and really drinking more fluids and eating lighter if you don't want to fast. Doing practices like yoga and moving your body, dancing. Virgo and Hasta really is a powerful energy for us to tap into, like just moving our body, breath work, meditation, all of these sorts of things are going to help us really clear our mind, our body, and our spirit. The deity that rules over Hasta nakshatra is Savitar, who is one of the sun gods and is especially connected to the first few rays of sunlight. The first rays really do awaken us, awakens humanity, and has this power to diminish all of the darkness immediately and diminish all of the outdated ways of thinking and believing and acting in our life, diminishing all of the ignorance that exists. So this is a powerful time to connect with those first rays of sunlight, which really light the truth. And it's just a powerful time for us to also connect with the powerful sun. The sun is able to energize us and to lift us up. And amongst connecting with nature and doing all of those other practices to connect with your mind, body, and spirit that I mentioned, also Hasta, the symbol is the hand. So there is the opened hand, which really shows being open and receptive to the blessings and the divine intuition and the guidance of the divine. And Hasta is actually ruled by the moon, and these are all qualities of the moon, of being really open and being tapped into that intuitive guidance that is very available to us, and also going with the flow. So that's what happens when you're open, when your hands are fully open, you are fully trusting, you're fully receptive, and you have faith in the unfolding of your life and in the cycles and the ebbs and flows, just like the moon. Also with the hands, there is like, it's just a powerful time to do activities with your hands if you feel called to, any creative things like art or massage or creating things. The symbol of the hands also show how powerful of a time it is with Hasta nakshatra to actually create physical, tangible results in our life if we have clear and defined goals and intentions. We can create and manifest anything it is that we wish. I personally don't recommend to plan manifesting anything at this time, because this time of the lunar eclipse especially is a time of clearing and purging and releasing, so that we can become more clear at the time of the new moon solar eclipse, which is really not too far away. So I would just recommend on waiting. You can maybe plan and journal and really think about some of the things you wish to manifest, but I wouldn't recommend doing a full-on ceremony at the time of this lunar eclipse to manifest. Unless you are very sure that there is something that you want, then you go for it, because it is just generally a very powerfully transformative time. And also with the open hand, another symbol of this nakshatra is the clenched fist, and that can show, I believe, the shadow side of this nakshatra, which is basically the opposite of being open and receptive, is being like more closed off, not open and allowing to any of the blessings, because you're maybe being stubborn with your thoughts and your beliefs, and you're not open for change and transformation, and you're not open to your intuition for whatever reason. These are the shadow aspects that can also come through that energy of Mercury. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, which is our logical, rational thinking mind, and this is another theme with this lunar eclipse, and then also the solar eclipse to come, is are we going to be thinking and rationally acting, or are we going to feel through our emotions and our intuition, because personally, I may be a bit biased because I have a lot of Pisces in my chart, but personally I believe that your feeling state and your emotions and your intuition and flowing and being open and receptive and trusting should always be first over your thinking, logical, rational mind. And they need to be in balance actually, but you definitely need to be open and feeling and intuitive in order to be able to think rationally and logically. You can't be shut off from one or the other. And because Virgo is ruled by Mercury and Hasta is ruled by the moon, there is that theme that is coming up of having those two in balance, thinking logically and feeling emotionally and intuitively. So with the lunar eclipse and also the solar eclipse to come in April, there is this theme and need for us all to bring balance and harmony to wherever both Pisces and Virgo lie in your charts. So whatever house they are in, and also if you have any planets in either of those signs, then these themes are going to be playing up especially there for you. And because Pisces and Virgo are on the opposite end of the axis, they are two different extremes of similar themes in a way. So Pisces and Virgo both are very giving, healing signs that want to be of service, want to give. Virgo likes to give in a more earthly, practical, logical way, whereas Pisces likes to give in this very otherworldly, feeling, intuitive, emotional sort of way. And just have a look in your charts to see where this needs to be in balance of giving to others, being of service to others, themes to do with boundaries, and really also giving to ourselves just as much as we are, if not more, than we are giving to the rest of the world. It is so important, and I feel that this is a big theme that is coming up for a lot of us, is the need to really do the inner work and heal ourselves and really focus on ourselves, fully, wholly healing as much as we can and really diving deep. Because the more of that inner work that we do for ourselves, it's not selfish at all. It's so selfless because we embody more and more truth and love and light and beautiful energies that we can just overflow onto others and inspire others and align with others who are on that frequency. And that alone is healing the earth. So I feel that this new period that we are leading into through the eclipses is a massive theme, is balancing out the give and take in life. And it's very true that giving back to others is also giving back to yourself in many ways, and it is such a beautiful thing. And both Pisces and Virgo truly understand that. And so these themes can come up of wanting to be of service, but also really we need to be of service to ourselves. And the more healed that we are, the more that we can give back to others. Another theme to balance out and harmonize with both Pisces and Virgo is just the need to have organization and structure and routines, daily routines, to help us with our lives, with our health, with our healing, and our service to ourselves and for others. So where you have Pisces in your chart can be an area where maybe it's not as organized and structured, because Pisces is so flowy, and that is a beautiful thing, to really be just tapped into the intuitive flow and fully trusting and aligning with that. But it's also important to have that solid structure and grounding and organization in your life, in every area of your life. It is so beneficial. So have a look at that. Have a look at where you have Virgo in your chart, to where you maybe need to be more flowing and trusting and open, and not too critical or judgmental of where you're at in that area of your life. We don't want to have a clenched fist. Remember, we don't want to be closed off. We want to be fully open and receptive and fully trusting in that light of the sun, that light that really shows us and awakens us to the truth. And the sun really does have the ability to do that, because the sun has this energizing force of serotonin and loving light that literally does recharge us. So I hope you all have the ability to really connect with nature in this time, connect with the sun, connect with the earth, connect with the ocean, dance, do yoga, breath work, meditate, whatever it is that really lifts you up and helps you connect with your mind, your body, and your soul and your spirit. Do activities with your hands, like really just take a moment to connect with all the different aspects of your physical vessel, especially your hands. Like, our hands do so much for us, and in the Vedas they talk about so many different connections that the hand has to the whole universal consciousness. Like, there's the different elements and the different things that, there's so many different things that each finger represents, the different chakras, I don't know off the top of my head all of the different things, but our hands are powerful, and they can create energy, they can transmute energy, they can really help us release. Like, we can literally set the intention and release just through doing different movements with our hands. And yeah, just connect with that, and connect with this powerful energy of Hasta, of Savitar, this beautiful jovial deity actually, who is very loving and very fun and very witty. So that is another thing that is a part of really helping us heal. When in the lunar eclipse, it is a lot of shadow work that comes up, but Savitar brings in this beautiful sun-like light energy, and also this witty, playful energy, because that is the energy of our inner childs, of having fun and of feeling really light and free. And that in itself is so healing. All of those things that just allow us to feel, and to feel good, and to feel through our emotions, those heavy emotions. We need those more light-hearted activities and fun things to do to help us process all of the heaviness. There needs to be a balance. It doesn't have to be hard either. It can be fun. Connecting with your inner child can be fun. Going through your shadows and processing grief, like, it doesn't all have to be so heavy and hard. Like, we can have fun with it all. So I hope that you can all have this balance of cleansing and purging and releasing and realigning with more and more of your authentic selves and of your highest self and your highest truth. I love you all, and I will see you all in my next video.